Hey, you're getting lost in plot. We are back with another episode of Yellowstone. Now, this episode is called I Wanna Be Him. Now, before we get into it, gotta ask an important question, and that's whether people are thinking that the fourth season of Yellowstone, is just not very good. Now, I think maybe the reason for that is the season may not have developed its identity yet. And we talked about why this season started resolving the cliffhanger from season 3 and why that was difficult because you had to deal with all of the fallout from the prior season before you could really start your new story arcs for this fourth season. And so much of the conflict of this season was resolving the past one, right? And I think that's the key word for this season and why some people might think this season is not very good. I think it's pretty good. I've reviewed most of the episodes and they're all basically good reviews for me, but I think what people may be missing this season is a lack of conflict. Conflict is huge. It drives your story forward, and I think we're missing that this season from Yellowstone. Now, we got a great episode, this past one, episode 6, and it's really the B plot story that becomes the A kind of star of this episode, and that is Lloyd and what's been going on in the bunkhouse all season long. We finally get a payoff, and it's a payoff that I wasn't expecting whatsoever. So he's got this blood feud going on, bad blood with Walker. But what Lloyd is really fighting against is inevitability and time or old age. I mean, he's working one of the toughest jobs you can, physical manual labor, and eventually he's going to have to come to the terms with the fact that his body's going to give out and betray him. He knows that's coming down the road, and he sees kind of this younger cowboy come into the bunkhouse and be able to do all the things that he used to be able to do. And it probably pisses him off, and that's probably why he doesn't like Walker so much and goes after him. And we really get the payoff of everything that's come before it in this episode. It's almost all about these two, and that's the only thing that interested me about this episode. I think we do see some things drive forward. Casey, I think, is buying a new house, and Jimmy's still dealing with horses, but this was really our main set piece for the episode, and it really shined. It was a great story, a great lesson and resolution, but I'm open to the criticism that certain people may have that this is lacking the conflict in the main storyline, the main plot for the season. We're just not seeing it. I know we've got players involved. We've got the reservation is always there. We've got market equities. They're always there. We've got Jamie and his biological father. They're still there. We've resolved these things. And we're down to maybe 4 episodes left. And we're wondering where it's going to go from there. And that kind of makes it even more of a microscope on the last episode when Dutton is kind of dealing with the eco-terrorists and the relationship there that was so unexpected. This episode, as I mentioned, though, is a payoff for everything that we've seen before between Walker and Lloyd, and I think absolutely worthwhile, and I think it's awesome writing, and I think it was a really good episode. So I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It's alive. Might be my favorite of the season so far. But I understand people that are looking for the more traditional, well, where's the main conflict? We've only got a few more episodes left. You got to get moving on this thing, right? Where's our payoff for those things? Or are we just kind of treading water still in this season? A lot has happened, but we've kind of already forgotten it, and maybe we've compartmentalized it back to season 3. So now we need something really to hit home in season 4. We've laid some things out along the way, we've done some foreshadowing, but now it's time for those payoffs to start hitting these final episodes to wrap up what should be a good and notable season. And if it doesn't, if we don't see those payoffs, then maybe that criticism becomes a little bit louder and people aren't as in love with this show as they have been. It's still one of the most popular shows out there, still going strong. So we'll see how Yellowstone wraps it up. Again, only a few more episodes left. Now, if you like this review, make sure that you like and subscribe, because we'll be back again doing the next episode of Yellowstone, as well as some other films and shows, giving you our opinion and breaking the topics of the day. So make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.